Unfortunately, we don't always do a great job of sort of highlighting the applications of mathematical concepts in the real world. So let me give you an example. I often ask people, are you familiar with the square root of 2? And the answer almost always is yes, of course. And some people even say that it's 1.414 something or the other. And I say, great. But that's just the numerical representation of the square root of 2. Can you think of an application of the square root of 2 in the real world? And more often than not, the answer is just a blank. So let's see whether you can think of an interesting application or any application of the square root of 2 in the real world. So what we'll do is we'll come back after the pause to highlight one very simple but very elegant application of the square root of 2 in the real world. We promised you a really simple application of the square root of 2. So the question is, we have out here an A4 size sheet of paper. Okay, so that's a very simple A4 size sheet of paper. And what's this paper got to do with the square root of 2? So let's take some very simple measurements ourselves. So let's look at the measurement of this side. And if we look carefully enough there, that is almost close to 29.7. So let's note that down. So that is 29.7. And now let's measure the other side. So if we measure the other side as carefully as we possibly can, it seems to be 21. I think that would be fairly accurate to say that's 21. So that's 21.0. And let's go ahead and calculate that ratio on our calculator. So that would be 29.7 divided by 21. And what do we get? So let's note that down. That is 1.41428. and so on and so forth. And that's more or less the square root of 2. So that's really fascinating, isn't it? So you've got this very simple A4 sheet of paper, and we've done an extremely simple sort of measurement right in front of you, and you can do this at home as well. And we find that the ratio is the square root of 2. So the really fascinating question is the following. Why is it the case that when you look at the measurement of this side and divide it by the measurement of this side for an A4 sheet of paper, we get the square root of 2? So we're going to leave you with this sort of fascinating question of why do you think it is the case that these two ratios in an A4 sheet of paper turn out to be the square root of 2?